I'm just going to take this one to the lake and do some prop testing today. No hatch locks on these boats. You got to tape down lid every time. So every time you change a prop, you know, it's a bit of a hassle to untape and tape up. I mean, you see people on YouTube and that, like, taking chances while it's still connected up and, you know, swapping props over. But I came from the old days before the radios were 2.4 gig, and you could see we had to run the AM or the FM radios. The FM was the better one. The AM one wouldn't run with a petrol motor because of the spark. The FM could run on both. You'd have your 27 megahertz, you'd have your 40 megahertz, and inside that you'd have all different chips. Then you'd have to hope that no one else at the lake had the same chip in their radio as you did. It's much simpler now, but I don't know, I guess I'm old school. I'm not the most safety conscious guy, but when it comes to changing props and my fingers, I am. I would never change a prop while the battery is connected. I don't care what. So it's just better to have some kind of external switch when you have to, you know, untape a boat every time. A few different options, and I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this one yet. We used to do these. These are for the bigger boats. You have a nut on the outside, a nut on the inside. You'd have two of these on your boat, and then you'd make up a loop, like, you know, this type of thing here, and all your power would come through that and around. These are big ones we made. These were 8mm ones. We made the 5.5mm ones as well. Just something we used to sell to the members of clubs that raced, because you have to have that if you're going to race in Australia anyway. It's just too big for this boat, one, and secondly, it's a carbon fibre boat, which means it's conductive, so they're only really good for fiberglass boats or Kevlar. You can make this work by insulating it both sides, but I'm not doing that. I was thinking about doing one of these, which I've done similar things before on different boats. The trouble is with, you know, having this up here and then you got your plug. It all looks kind of okay. You got to hold that in. There's kind of nothing that protrudes out here that stops it from coming up, so you're relying on glue to hold it in there. It does seem to work, but it's a little bit, you know, kind of not ideal. Like, if you have to worry that the thing's going to pull up and down every time, I don't like that. The other option is probably the way I'll go for this, is use something like this, like use this waterproof switch and not cut the main power, just cut the red wire going to the receiver from here. So if you're cutting the main power, I actually like that the best, because you can tape your lid up before you go. You know, charge your battery up, tape your lid up, and you know, you could do that in the morning, and then in the afternoon go to the lake and then connect it up, and the battery's never had any drain on it from the speed controller just sitting idle. If you go this way, your battery's always connected to the speed controller, and even though it can't work, I think if you left it, it would drain it slightly. So this is more of a, if you go this way, it's more of a tape your lid up at the lake, then use this to go on and off. So I think I'll just do that and just go off the red wire there. This particular one also has a separate switch on it, but I don't want to interfere with that, because on that switch is another button that is for programming, and I don't know which one of these red wires is what does what there, so I don't really want to be mucking around with that. So I think I'll just go this way. I was thinking about putting it on the top, but then I thought, well, it's a switch, it could get knocked, like in a flip or whatever, it could get knocked. So I think the only way to do this really is put it in the back here. Then it can't get it knocked, and at least you're not cutting the shape of that out, you know, in here. It's just drilling a hole the right size. And so I think that's what I'll do before I go to the lake now. It shouldn't be too hard. I thought what I would do actually is just not cut the speed controller wire. I'll use an extension. That way, if my switch stuffs up for whatever reason, you know, gets water or whatever in it, then I'll just be able to bypass the switch and just connect this straight back in there and not go through this. So all I'm going to be doing is just using my red wire on here, and it's just going to be in one side of the switch and out the other side. These new ones of these extensions are really good because it's got this little part on here that grabs on to the back here and holds it in there, so it can never actually fall out. Alright, so there's my switch. Let's see what we got. Yeah. I don't know if the switch is on or off. Let's get this into here. Okay, let's see if she's going to work. Power from there. Okay, well, it seems like that's on. That's good. And there you go, you see the red light there? She's gone off. Well, that'll make things much simpler. Okay, so I just drill a hole and put that in there. Okay, so that's my switch sorted out. Just one more thing before we duck to the lake. We did try this out yesterday to see if it flipped over, and it didn't. I mean, we left it in there for about 10 seconds and it didn't fill this up. And I think it's meant to have, you know, some holes in here just to let the air out. So I'm just going to do that now. Ooh. Then we'll give it a test when we get there. See if she flips over. I think around about there. What do you like at drilling holes for no reason in carbon fibre boats, Brock? Do it much?
Not often. Yeah, it's not part of my day-to-day routine.
Okay.
But
okay. Well, just going to do one for now. I'll prefer to see 3, but I'll just do 1 for now. All right.
yeah,
Just see what happens.
yeah. If it takes ages to flip over, but it does, then you know you're on the right track.
Yeah. Then we'll do 2 more.
Then
Yeah.
you just need to let
Just
the holes
the
out.
hard thing is getting them exactly neat. So I won't do that now because we're about to leave. Okay. Cool. Let's see what this thing can do.